Hello, hello, listeners, and welcome back to the Jeune Mama podcast, where we talk about all things pregnancy, postpartum, motherhood, tips and tricks, and more from a Senegalese American perspective. I'm your host, Aissatou Gise, and today I have a very special guest for you guys. Her name is Hawa. She's a mom of 4, and she has so much to share with us. So without further ado, Hawa, would you like to introduce yourself?
Yeah, sure. Hi, Aissatou. So my name is Hawa. I am in my 30s. I have 4 kids. So I moved to the US in 2012. I was pregnant, 8 months pregnant with my first child.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh, how was that experience like? I know we have questions to get through, but just as soon as you said that, I'm like, wait a minute.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy was the word.
Okay.
Because moving to a country that you don't know that's interesting.
Yeah.
That's the word, interesting. Because when you don't know the ups and downs, how it works,
Yeah.
sometimes it can be frustrating.
Mm. Did you move here with family or?
Nope. Just came with my husband. My husband lived here at the time. Yes, so I left France for the US.
Very different countries.
I'm telling you, different country. It's like black and white.
Yes. I've been to France once for like a 4-month project, and it was interesting. I love the food, which I know some people hate the food, but I like the food. But I did not like the French people. I'm sorry. I think that it was just, they're not the most friendly. Let me say that.
Oh, yes. I mean, French people are always like, they're always complaining.
Yeah.
Like they're not grateful or anything, but they're always complaining. And my first experience when I went back to France, like 7 months after I gave birth, I had my stroller, and it's common to use transportations of it.
Yes.
Trains and stuff. And there will be stairs, and people like wouldn't literally help me with the stroller. I would struggle.
Oh my goodness.
Man, these Americans are so nice compared to the French. That is something. That's something.
Yeah. I don't know if they're trying to mind their business and it's gone to the extreme or what it is, but definitely a very interesting set of people.
It is. And it's when you leave the country that you realize that.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
There's something.
Something's off?
Yeah, it's off.
Oh, well, thanks for that intro and telling us a little bit about yourself. I'm sure we'll get to know more about you throughout the interview. But for now, what we're going to do is play my infamous Would You Rather game. So I'm going to ask you 2 scenarios, and you give me which one you would rather do. And they are related to having kids.
Okay.
Awesome. So the first one is, would you rather wrestle with your baby to give them food or try to get them into their car seat?
Food. I'm going to wrestle with the car seat. No, thanks.
They hate the car seat.
No, thanks.
Would you rather try to get them into that car seat again or give them a bath?
Give them a bath.
Okay. For my baby, I'd rather try to get her into the car seat. The bath thing, we don't get along when we take a bath.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah, she hates it. Oh my goodness. She literally will cry and like she'll stiffen her back. So you're trying to make sure she's safe and she doesn't care. She just wants to get out of the water. I don't know what's going on.
Wow. It will change. My third one was the same, but he turned 1 and a half. He would go and ask for a bath, literally.
That's what I'm hoping for. I try to make the water comfortable. I use like these nice scents around me, so she can be comfortable. And she just does not yet. Maybe when we get to the 1.5, 2 year mark, she'll end up liking baths.
She will.
Yeah. Would you rather watch kids' cartoons all day or spend all day at the park with your kids?
That's interesting. We're gonna watch a cartoon. Yes.
Do your kids have a particular cartoon that they like?
Yes, my daughter. Actually, she loves Baby Shark, and it's getting my nerves.
I think a lot of parents share that sentiment.
Oh no, I think it was fun and stuff, but it's annoying.
It's getting annoying, yeah.
With cocomelon and stuff. It's annoying.
There are some African cartoons that my daughter has discovered because she likes to click on the remote and just go everywhere. And those are actually pretty cute. And there's a couple that I like myself. So sometimes I find myself playing it even if she's not watching TV.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, I'll share them with you.
Okay, sure.
Would you rather deal with a diaper blowout or try to get your baby to go to sleep?
The blowout.
The blowout.
Because going to sleep is...
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It can be awful sometimes.
My daughter, both of these, I'd rather do neither of them because she's hard to get to go to sleep. But then the diaper blowout, the reason I don't like it is because it turns into laundry. It turns into all these other things. So honestly, they're both pretty horrible options.
Yeah, well, I'm going to deal with the blowout.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. And then finally, would you rather have surprise triplets or a surprise baby at age 50?
Age 50?
Yes.
No, thanks.
So you'll take the triplets?
Yes, I'm going to take the triplets.
Awesome. Well, thank you for indulging me in that game. We can now move on to the interview questions. So I know you gave us a little bit in your intro around moving from France. Could you tell us a little bit more about that initial experience of being here, having your first child in the U.S. away from family, even though you were with your husband? How was that like for you? Because I know a lot of my listeners are first-time moms who are in the U.S. or are in a foreign country by themselves away from family.
So when I came here, we were in the state of Rhode Island. So I had no family whatsoever. And my husband worked. So I used to stay home by myself. And you know, states like Rhode Island, like sometimes they don't have sidewalks. And in Europe, I was used to walk to sidewalks. Like I could go outside and, you know, walk. Just like in Atlanta, you know, sometimes some areas doesn't have sidewalks, right?
Yes.
The first week, I was trying to recover from the flight because it was exhausting. So after settling down, we tried to go to the first appointments. So I spoke a tiny bit like of English, not a lot.
Okay.
So it was like a struggle. There's a barrier of communication with me and the doctor. So thank God they had a translator on site.
Okay.
And we tried to communicate back and forth. Like the doctor was very nice. She tried to explain things like how it would work.
Okay.
But it was frustrating because I didn't know the system. Everything like was new. I used to come back and forth, but I don't know like how the health system worked here.
Yeah.
And I knew that when I would deliver, I would be alone, no family member.
Yeah, that's tough. That's definitely, I'm getting chills as I'm listening to you talk, because I think even for someone who is familiar with the system, like me, I came to the US at age 8. So I grew up here, and even me, you know, going through the system for the first time was very nerve-wracking. I didn't know what questions to ask. I didn't know what to expect when it was time to deliver. You know, you always see it in movies where people kind of go into spontaneous labor and they're like, it's time to go to the hospital. But in reality, that's not how it always works. So I definitely empathize with you on the point of that barrier. I think the barrier exists even if there is no language barrier, because the medical language is different than the English language. And then when you layer on top of that, you know, the French versus English, I can definitely imagine how nerve-wracking that would be. So, I mean, I commend you for going through that experience.
And, you know, at the time, there weren't like support groups like there are nowadays. So there was internet. You would Google here and there. But, you know, sometimes you would Google and then it's going to like frighten you, you know? So sometimes it's best not to go and look for some
Mm-hmm.
answers. So, and as a West African background, there's a taboo subject. So my mom didn't talk to me about how it would happen, like what I need to do.
Yeah.
There's like a taboo subject, like some stuff that they don't talk about.
Yeah.
And, that's something that I wish she would have told me about.
I agree with that completely. I think we spend so much time in our culture talking about how you should be strong and how you got this just because
You
you're a
got it.
woman.
Exactly.
And while that is very empowering, it's also not the most helpful at times when you just need to know specific answers. Like, this thing that I'm feeling, what does that mean? Or our moms, they've had multiple kids, most of us. And so you would think that knowledge, that anecdotal experience that they have, they'll share with us freely. But there's also a barrier there too with the taboo that you mentioned. I don't know, for some reason we don't openly discuss these things in our community. But when you're going through it, that's really what you need, is that community of people who either have been there or can at least just be like, hey, I'm here for you.
Definitely.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. The empowerment thing for me was big. My mom, I remember when I was pregnant, and she basically, the message throughout the whole time was that I needed to show how strong I was. I needed to not, appear weak in front of my husband in the delivery room. And I was like, what are you talking about?
That's a big one because, like you said, women are supposed, especially like West African women, like we have to show how strong we are.
Mm-hmm.
We are not allowed to show how vulnerable we are.
No.
And and we need this support because at the end of the day, we are all human beings.
Yes.
It's like they're gonna say to your husband, "Oh, don't cry," but you need to let your emotions out in order, like, to start over. You need to let your emotions out. You need to talk to someone.
I completely agree with that, 100%, especially on the male side. Maybe I'll get a guest to come in and talk about that, but I think it's, like you mentioned, it's a very normal and human emotion to show, crying and vulnerability. But definitely during pregnancy, it's a very vulnerable time. You don't know if you're going to make it or not. It's a very dangerous journey. So I think we have to just put more warmth around it and more understanding, and not shame people for going through certain things.
I think with the generations that are coming up, we are going to do, our mom did the best that they could because they were raised the same way, but we are going to do the work. We are going to help our daughters, and it's going to change. It's not going to change overnight, but step by step.
I agree. It's a generational change. Now I have a question for you around something that I know when I was pregnant, I was like, no, I don't want it. And I ended up getting it. The epidural. I don't know why I was so bent on not getting it. I think it speaks, it's a little bit related to what we just talked about, that having to be strong. But I wanted to get your thoughts on that.
So, a little backstory. I used to live, I was born and raised in France. So I lived in Guinea, West Africa for 4 years. So during these 4 years, I was, how do you say it? The excision.
Oh, are we talking the female excision?
Yes, the female relations.
Oh, okay.
So I had the experience, and it left like a mark on my brain. So the pain, I don't like how to describe the pain. Alhamdulillah, everything, like, I'm feeling better now. But when I was pregnant with my first, the first thing that I had in my mind is, I'm taking the epidural. I'm not going to go through that pain again.
I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine. You okay?
Yeah. It just took me back because I haven't gone through it. I've never been through it, alhamdulillah. But it's a topic that I'm passionate about. In university, I wrote a 16-page thesis on it.
Wow.
And it's one of the reasons that kind of launched me on this path of female empowerment. In African society, when you talk about feminism, people think that you just are talking about economic feminism. And sometimes all it's about is just being seen as a human being, someone with rights. And so I won't derail the conversation, but I just got emotional thinking about that because it's already hard to go through parenthood, to go through pregnancy, and to have to think in the back of your mind, I don't want to experience this pain again. So I never thought about epidural being something like on the same lines as that, you know? We always talk about it as just, oh, I just want the experience to be easier. But for some, it's not even about that experience being easier. It's about trying to not re-trigger trauma.
Exactly.
So, yeah, okay. I'm sorry. I'm just going to wipe my nose. So, you decided you wanted the epidural so you wouldn't have to re-experience that. With the language barrier, were your doctors able to explain the process to you, even whether it was through office visits or in the moment, or did you feel like that also was a challenge to go through? Because the epidural can be an intricate process.
They explained it to me via the office visits. Okay. So this section was all good. Like they were like very comprehensive. They knew that we wouldn't be able to communicate well as because of the language barrier. Okay. But because the translator was here, it made it easier for me and for them too.
Okay. Now I have a question on that. I know the giving birth experience can be so intimate. How was that having a translator around the entire time?
I loved it.
Oh, good.
Yes, I loved it.
Good.
Sometimes it can be a pain in it. But at the end, I liked it because I was able to tell how I feel, and they would give me like something to feel better.
Okay, that's good.
If there was no translator, like I don't know how it would have been.
Yeah, absolutely. At that point, like that was more important than anything else. Is you have to get through the experience.
It was not like I'm gonna take my phone and Google Translate and everything. The data was limited at the time too.
I know. Yeah, exactly, definitely. I want to shift gears a little bit now and talk about nurtured roots. So I want to give you an opportunity to tell my listeners about what that is and how they can plug in.
So the Nurtured Roots, it's a brand that I created last year. I haven't officially launched yet, but it's designed to help moms, especially new moms, to accompany them through the postpartum period. So what I experienced, like coming in this country, finding myself all alone in a country that I don't know, that's frustrating. And I want to be able to offer moms support, a community, and offer them holistic care. And by holistic cares, in all means, I also have planned some African traditions, herbal teas. So I want to help them connect with African heritage, because our heritage is super rich. But sometimes we don't know, or our parents don't know, or sometimes it's our grandmothers who have all these remedies that are good, by the way, for us. Yes. Because sometimes when I look at medicine, it can have like some side effects, just like the epidural. Side note: we didn't talk about the backache.
Oh my goodness, it's so bad.
Yes.
And is it lifelong? Because I thought it was going to be painful for a little bit and then I'll be good. But this thing, my back hurts every day now.
Right now, I'm fine. But a couple hours ago, like my lower back was aching.
Yeah.
And side note, I don't know if it's because last year around March I stopped taking any kind of contraceptions.
Okay.
So I'm now taking my temperature. So ever since then, I'm feeling like I'm getting my body back, and I'm feeling like all the pains now.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm sure there are so many side effects that we aren't even aware of when it comes to all these things we put in our bodies. And as women, it seems like as soon as you get to that point of having kids, to the point that you hit menopause, that period of your life, you're just ingesting a lot of things.
Definitely. And even when, like, sometimes I can be dealing with a headache and I won't take Tylenol. And a few weeks ago, I think there was a note about the Tylenol, which is not good for pregnant women. Yeah. Which is kind of like,
Yeah.
You know, you're going to go, they're going to recommend, oh, you got pain, take Tylenol. It's safer for you.
Yeah, they tell you, like, it's better than ibuprofen, but now they're saying neither one. Yeah. Yeah.
So what I would suggest is not to go all natural, because sometimes we do need antibiotics to heal. But when it's not necessary, find something natural.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I like Nurture Roots. I can't wait for it to launch and for folks to hear about it, because that is exactly what we need in our community. When we talk about support and having someone there, even if they're not physically next to you, but just knowing that there's a resource that you can tap into, I think our sisters would really, really appreciate that. Definitely. And I think you made a good point too around how some of the knowledge is passed down generationally, but because we're not close to home, we may not be privy to it the way sisters back home would be.
Yes, and sometimes, it's keeping within a household, which is, I find, is not fair to some people, because a few years back, I didn't know about, like, all of these herbs, like the sep. I don't know if you know sep.
Yeah, I've heard of it recently. Someone told me to try it for my back pain.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I had, like, no idea.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that we just don't know about, and they have nutritional values. But I think part of that, I'm going to challenge it a little bit. I think part of it is that in our culture, we're told to do things, but we're not told why. And sometimes you can piece two and two together, but a lot of the times it's like, oh, you should eat rui. Like, so
just
rui,
do it.
Yeah, just do it. And then, I don't know, for me, I like to know why. And I think a lot of people are similar in that way, that they just want to know why. I think about, like, a kid who's 2 and you tell them to do something and they're like, why? And it's an inquisitive part of who we are. So I think the more we can, and I think too, from a health standpoint, the more we can put the why behind certain things, it can help people orient to the best solution faster, that they don't have to go through trial and error.
Oh, yes. Yeah. And that's something that I would like to share with people, because we need to go back to our roots.
Yeah, absolutely.
We need to go back to our roots. We need to go back to our holistic care, like how we used to do. Like I said, when I gave birth, I was all alone. But then I had no one to tell me about, like, binding your belly or stuff like that. Nowadays you can find it on the internet, but back in the days, you wouldn't be able to find it. So I'm happy that now our people are getting out and talking, which is good for our community.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for sharing all that information with us. I'm excited for it to come out. I'll be sure to share with my listeners as well. And I'll be happy to have you back once you do launch it, so you can tell folks how they can get in contact with you and just really get into that community, because I think more than anything, that's what we need today.
Definitely it is.
All right. Well, thank you, listeners, for tuning in to today's episode. Thank you, Hawa, for taking the time to talk to us. We really appreciate it. And with that, we'll give you a rendezvous for the next episode.
Thank you, Aissatou.
Thank you.